When love turns into quiet revenge, every unspoken word becomes a weapon, and silence slowly tears everything apart. They stopped arguing, but the silence between them became louder than any fight, a quiet war that ended their bond forever. Under the dim light of a quiet suburban street, life in Willow Creek looked picture-perfect. But behind closed doors, subtle storms brewed in silence. Silent retaliation, the kind that doesn't scream, doesn't punch, doesn't curse, quietly poisons relationships, families, and workplaces across America. This isn't a story about loud revenge. It's about the slow, corrosive power of unspoken payback that destroys from within. Meet Sarah and Michael, married for 7 years, both successful, both ambitious, both pretending everything was fine. It started small, a forgotten anniversary, an ignored text, a late night at work. Sarah didn't yell. She smiled instead, coldly, deliberately, as she forgot to make his favorite breakfast the next morning. Michael didn't confront her. He simply stayed later at the office, sending a quiet message that he too could play that game. It wasn't hate, it was ego, disguised as control. Each passive move became a statement. You hurt me, now feel it too. Silent retaliation works like carbon monoxide, invisible, odorless, but deadly. In the corporate world, it thrives under polite smiles and friendly Slack messages. Imagine Jake, a team lead at a fast-growing tech startup. His colleague, Lauren, took credit for his idea in a meeting. Instead of addressing it, Jake forgot to include her on key emails, missed her calls, and subtly slowed down collaboration. No raised voices, no conflict, just quiet sabotage wrapped in professionalism. The office kept humming, but trust began to rot beneath the surface. Experts in relationship psychology call this covert aggression, but on the ground, it feels like betrayal in slow motion. When communication dies, assumptions breed. When emotions are buried, resentment ferments. And when people choose silence over honesty, small cracks in connection become canyons. In friendships, it often looks like ghosting with a smile. Take Rebecca and Emily, inseparable since college, until one day, Emily landed the promotion Rebecca secretly wanted. Instead of celebrating, Rebecca pulled away, slowly withdrawing invitations, skipping calls, liking fewer posts. Her way of saying, "You hurt me," without saying anything at all. Weeks turned into months, and soon their laughter was replaced by polite small talk at mutual friends' gatherings. That's how silent retaliation works. It convinces you you're protecting your pride when you're actually destroying your peace. The irony is that silence often feels like strength. In our culture, especially American work culture, confrontation is seen as risky. We avoid conflict under the guise of keeping it professional or staying mature. But avoidance is not maturity. It's a slow decay. Every unspoken grievance becomes emotional debt, and the interest compounds with time. Research in behavioral psychology shows that unaddressed resentment activates the same parts of the brain as physical pain. When we choose subtle payback, ignoring messages, withholding affection, spreading faint praise, we're not solving anything. We're just trading short-term satisfaction for long-term damage. Think about the digital age. Social media has become the perfect tool for passive retaliation, unfollowing, muting, posting cryptic captions. These aren't just petty actions, they are the new language of emotional warfare. They allow people to express anger without accountability, leaving the other person confused and hurt, unsure what went wrong. In relationships, this silent war takes a heavier toll. Partners stop communicating, intimacy fades, and homes turn into emotional minefields. The quiet is deafening. No shouting matches, no slam doors. Just an eerie distance that grows until one day the relationship ends not with a bang, but with a whisper. The truth is, silent retaliation feels powerful in the moment because it gives us control. But that control is a mirage. It keeps both people trapped in cycles of misinterpretation and pride. It's like pouring salt water on thirst. It feels satisfying at first, but it only deepens the ache. Healing begins where honesty starts. Real strength lies in saying, "You hurt me, and here's why," not in punishing someone with distance. Conflict, when handled maturely, is not destructive, it's connective. It gives both sides a chance to understand and grow. As author Brené Brown often reminds us, clear is kind, unclear is unkind. Silent retaliation is the epitome of unclear. It confuses, divides, and erodes trust molecule by molecule. Even in professional environments, open dialogue prevents cultural rot. Teams that discuss problems directly build resilience and psychological safety, the foundation of innovation. Companies that ignore micro-retaliations often suffer from quiet quitting, burnout, and a toxic culture masked by fake smiles. The cost of silence is far higher than the discomfort of honesty. So how do we stop it? By choosing transparency over tactics. By replacing passive silence with active communication. By remembering that relationships, whether romantic, familial, or professional, are built not on perfection but repair. Every honest conversation is a brick laid toward trust. Every silent punishment removes one. In a world obsessed with image and control, silent retaliation masquerades as elegance. But true power lies in vulnerability, in being able to say, "I felt hurt," without playing games. It's not weakness to confront, it's courage. The quiet kind of courage that sustains love, teams, and communities. As the film fades to black, let this linger. Most relationships don't end because of loud fights. They end because of the things never said, the messages never sent, the feelings never owned. Silent retaliation may win the battle of pride, but it always loses the war for connection. If you found value in this story, don't let it end here. Reflect, repair, and rebuild. Speak where silence has lived too long. And as always, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that dive deep into the hidden psychology of human behavior.